What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about health and diet and why I think that a lot of the mainstream advice on nutrition has probably been a lie. Um, it first started for me well, I've had eczema my entire life. Just always been like super itchy. And then one year, it was in 2022, I had like a ridiculous outbreak of it, and my whole body was like itchy as hell, and I was breaking out in these rashes. And it was honestly like some of the most uncomfortable I've ever been, like the most uncomfortable I've ever been. Um, so I went to the dermatologist, and they basically told me that there's no cure for it, and that they have pills and creams and stuff to like fight the symptoms, but not to like get to the root cause of the issue and like what's causing it. They said maybe it's like perfumes and like cologne and like deodorant, maybe like detergent, but there wasn't like a clear cause of it to like cut out. Um, And so I started doing a lot of research on multiple places like Google, and on YouTube. And I found a bunch of people saying how eczema is related to gut health and like your diet and stuff. And so I found this one dude named, I think his name is like, uh, it's like Rob. I don't know, he has red hair or something, but basically saying to start out just to eat like meat with like salt and like eggs with salt and like just simple things that aren't super seasoned. Basically saying that a lot of plant foods like vegetables and stuff have defense chemicals in them. And so I tried it out, and I got better. I stopped being as itchy for the first couple days, and then eventually it just went away. Um, and then I kind of had like a major breakthrough there, and I was like, huh, this is odd. And then I started noticing that not only did my eczema go away, but I also felt 10 times better. I wasn't as groggy. I didn't have as much brain fog. Because like usually whenever I would eat like a big meal or something, I would experience a crash, and I would have a lot of brain fog, and I would feel tired, and my energy would just go away. So I tended to not eat as much until like I got really hungry. Um, but after I kind of made this discovery, like eating wasn't as like big of a deal for me. So uh, I then started like going deeper, and I've followed a lot more people that practice this diet. People like Paul Saladino, and a couple others that I can't remember off the top of my head, but I follow quite a few people now on it, and it's kind of become my main uh, diet. Like I'm not strict on it because I will eat other things here and there, just for like living life and stuff. But I would say 80 to 90% of the time I try to stick to my diet, which consists of like meat, eggs, like fruit, honey is good. I drink raw milk now. I found a local farmer, and I started getting a gallon or two of raw milk once a week. Um, and yeah, just really trying to focus on healthy proteins and trying to stay away from the biggest thing for me I've found is processed carbs and sugar. Whenever I eat these things, I tend to feel like complete shit, and I will get a eczema breakout. Um, but also, this has helped in like the gym a lot because I've always uh, strive to be like kind of like have muscles but also be lean so that like I'm kind of like shredded and whatnot. This has made that 10 times easier because all I do is eat, and I can eat as much as I want um until I'm full, but I don't like but I'm growing, like my muscles are growing, but I'm not gaining extra like body fat. So it's like a cheat code for that. So yeah, I mean, I need to probably say this. I'm not an expert. I don't have like some degree in this at all, but I'm a practitioner, man. Like I've experimented. I've realized that when I eat a big bowl of oatmeal or toast with jam or peanut butter and stuff, that I tend to feel groggy, brain fog, feel like shit, and then I'll get eczema. But whenever I eat like 7 or 8 eggs or a big steak or a pound of ground beef, I feel amazing, and I feel energetic. I feel recharged, and there's no crash. I don't crash or anything. So I don't know. A lot of people will say to have like a balanced diet or whatnot, but I think that some foods are optimal for people, and I think that some foods are not. And I like to feel good, and I don't like being itchy, and I don't like crashing and shit. So eating this way has definitely changed my life, and I recommend at least giving it a try for like a week or two before you just like um, kind of dismiss it, because a lot of people are like, oh, I can't just eat meat all the time. But bro, steak is delicious. If you cook a steak in some grass-fed butter and get some salt, you can even throw a little bit of seasoning on there um, for like a little extra flavor. But bro, that shit's fire. Like it tastes good. Um, Eggs are great. Uh, and yeah, like yeah, you sure you'll miss out on some other things, but there's also like recipes on Instagram and like online where you can make things that are healthy, that are still like healthy and not gonna make you feel like shit. Uh, but like for example, like there's a recipe where you can make like a chocolate brownie where you blend an apple, put an egg in it, throw some maple syrup in there, and then some cocoa. Blend that up, put it in a bowl, bake it, and it tastes just like a chocolate cake, like a lava cake would. But it's like no processed sugar, and it's an apple and egg and maple syrup, which is from tree sap. So, I mean, there's ways around certain things, but if your priority is being healthy and feeling great, then I highly recommend following like a really simple, uh, no BS diet of like no processed shit. Um, and for me personally, yeah, I will like yesterday it was Thanksgiving. I had like a small piece of apple pie just to like taste it. I did feel like shit. Like I knew I was gonna feel like shit after that, and I did for a little bit. Like I didn't like go crazy with it. I just had like a small piece, but um, I feel like if you just experiment with different foods and you try things for yourself and you figure out what works for you and what doesn't, that's the best way to do it. And really like take note of how you feel after you eat certain things, if you're trying to experience uh, great health. But I would say I honestly believe that the for me personally at least, um, red meat has been like the savior. Like if I try to eat at least a pound of red meat a day, whether that be from steak or like ground beef, making burgers, or like having like a ground beef bowl with some avocado or like a little bit of rice here and there. Sweet potatoes fire. Just like simple foods that are like from nature. Like if you just do that, um you should be good, bro. You should be good. So yeah, try it out for yourself if you want. Um, but it's really worked for me, and I highly recommend it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.